Begin with a disturbing new finding by AAA. They are claiming that billions of dollars in damage is being done to vehicles by the latest tool that more and more highway departments and all municipalities are turning to, adding chemical de-icers for their plows to spread while battling winter storms. AAA says while the chemicals may quickly melt snow, they are rusting out critical safety components such as brake and fuel lines on millions of vehicles while endangering the public safety on our roadways. So let's begin by explaining this startling new study that comes even as highway departments are spending hundreds of millions of dollars to put these fast-acting chemicals into their cleanup arsenal. Joining us to do that is Robert Sinclair with AAA Northeast. Welcome to the show, Robert.
Thank you.
Say what? I mean, really, that's what a lot of people thought when we saw this, because we've been hailing this as the miracle answer to cleaning up our roadways more quickly.
Sure, the new liquid solutions using calcium chloride and magnesium chloride rather than sodium chloride. Which
That's
is
what's
common,
in there instead.
Right, rather than common rock salt. And the chemicals are great. I mean, fully 70% of the driving population is exposed to ice and snow, you know, along the northern tier of the country. So these chemicals are excellent. They melt snow and ice better. They stay liquid at a lower temperature, helping to increase the effect. But the problem is they're more highly corrosive.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. Billions of dollars in damage to cars?
Billions of dollars. $3 billion a year, $15 billion over the last 3 years. Yeah.
How did you come up with that calculation?
Survey and using government data. Government data tracks the corrosion damage to vehicles. A lot of that damage has to do with the depreciation. We were looking at the real damage to vehicle components and breaking that off.
Yeah, explain what you found there, because some of it's a little scary.
Well, yeah, we're talking about critical items, critical mechanical items like brake lines, like fuel lines, the straps, generally they're metal straps that are holding gas tanks in place.
Yeah, you don't want your gas tanks leaking or suddenly the brakes don't work.
No, and that has happened. It happened to me. All of a sudden your brakes just go.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but one morning I was driving, thank goodness it was early on a Saturday morning, out running some errands about 7 o'clock in the morning and stopped at a red light, brakes were fine. Drive along, stop at the next red light, pedal goes to the floor. Complete loss of braking power with no warning whatsoever. Went for the emergency brake, it wasn't strong enough to stop me. I eventually just threw the car into reverse. I ran one red light and did not want to run the second, which was at a major intersection. And so, you know, it's just graphically shown to me how dangerous these things can be. To add the car towed to a AAA repair facility and found out that the brake lines had completely rusted through, all the fluid had leaked out. And unfortunately, this can happen to lots of people. And we're talking brake lines, we're talking fuel lines, fuel tanks, exhaust systems, maybe brake components like wheel cylinders and those sort of things.
Yeah, it's not like a movie. We should have done a story on you there, but this would be a nightmare for most people. So now this must be getting some attention. Are you hearing from the manufacturers or any of the highway departments that use this?
Well,
maybe locally?
In fact, there was a problem with the major American manufacturers whose big SUVs and pickup trucks were suffering rusty brake lines and complete failure. And the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration did a 4-year study and found that it's just something that happens. You know, for the past 10 years, road departments have been switching over to these newer, more corrosive chemicals, and that they figured was probably part of the problem, rather than any defect in workmanship or materials from the manufacturer.
Well, you see graphically look at that. I mean, that's really rusted out, and yet the outside of the car didn't look like it was that old.
Yeah.
But this is what's commonly showing up. Now, of course, you're going to get some pushback because supporters and even the highway departments, they were just taking bows for using this stuff. They've got orders that are backed up last winter. They couldn't even fill all the orders for them. What is this going to do to their thinking there, and what should be done, do you think?
Well, we might have to look at some different types of chemicals. The corrosive effect of these chemicals has been shown to be mitigated a little bit by adding, believe it or not, cheese brine or pickle juice.
Come on, cheese brine?
Cheese brine and pickle juice.
Frankly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the leftover water that comes from making cheese. So there probably needs to be more investigations into how to make these chemicals less corrosive. They're great at melting ice and snow. We don't like the fact that they're rusting out our vehicles. And it's mechanical components, it's appearance items as well. But generally, this is happening on older vehicles. Your vehicle has to be on the road a while for this effect to take place. But the average vehicle age in the United States is between 10 and 11 years.
So they're getting older.
So, yeah.
So, you know, and I saw some video, though, you know, this is what they point to, is there was a dramatic difference where they used the de-icers versus roads that were just plowed. And you see this surface still there. You see that there's still plenty of ways for you to skid and have an accident. So some of the proponents are saying, yeah, but this stuff saves lives because the roads get cleared. there are accidents that would have occurred on these slippery, icy roads never happen.
That's true, and the government estimates that roughly 1,300 people are killed a year. I think it's about 25% of all weather-related crashes are due to ice and snow on the roadways.
So people are killed that way.
Oh, absolutely. It's a big problem. We just don't want people to be killed and injured as a result of rusty components causing some sort of difficulty for them as a result of using these chemicals over a long term.
So do you anticipate having conversations with maybe some of the local municipalities and highway departments where they're going to say, well, we want to look at your study and make sure we're doing the right thing here?
That may happen. I hope it does. Certainly we need to look at something. We want to maintain safety during ice and snow, but failure of mechanical components is not a good thing to be happening to our vehicles.
Well, we're coming out of winter. We had a fairly mild winter, except for a big storm, so it sounds funny to be talking about this, but this is probably the best time to go get your car washed. Right?
Absolutely. Well,
and is that one of the ways, I mean, how are we going to protect ourselves? Because they're still putting this stuff on the highway.
Sure. Well, before, during, and after winter is when you should take care of these things. We recommend that before winter comes, you get a vehicle thoroughly washed and an undercarriage wash. There are a few car washes out there that feature that undercarriage wash. Have them do that. Maybe even before that, when you purchase a vehicle new, have an undercoating put on. I remember back in the 70s, that was a big deal. It was like a tar-like substance, but they still do rust proofing on vehicles. You can have that done. During the winter, after the snowstorm, they've been using these chemicals, have that undercarriage wash performed. If you haven't done it all winter, at least at the end of the winter going into spring, have that done. A thorough vehicle examination, a vehicle wash is important.
Yeah, because I would think if people see rust on a vehicle immediately, that knocks the price down when you're trying to sell it.
Well, yeah, and part of the government study, the Federal Highway Administration study, and looking at the costs of corrosion, found that probably 50% of it is due to depreciation. So it's a large problem that people are paying for, you know, in more ways than one.
So it adds up. Anyway, some good advice: get your car washed. That what it is? Might be a good time.
Get your car washed. And you know, one advantage that we have in New York is that we have annual vehicle inspections. Only 16 states across the country do.
So that'll help you there. Well, thank you very much, Robert Sinclair with AAA Northeast. The old car wash. It's in mind now. Thanks a lot, Robert.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Up next.